Is that just the start of the season thing? Being inconsistent and up and down, is that?
I don't know. I mean, obviously we Denver has got some high end talent. They came down and they were fast and they were good. CC is much better. They're more than just a one line team right now. And then you get into play and we're a long ways from becoming the team that we want to be. There's no question about it. And but there's a lot of room for improvement. But we've shown some flashes, and we're starting to, and we're being challenged again with the injury bug. I think, kind of jumping forward, we got manhandled pretty good Friday here against Niagara, and I didn't know what to expect going into Saturday, and then we had to go into Saturday without Serratore, without Hake, and without Cook, and going in, our seniors had done the majority of our scoring, and here we got to go into a big game on a Saturday night, and all of a sudden we become a very young team. We had 7 defensemen dressed, and 6 of the 7 defensemen were freshmen and sophomores, and our one senior defenseman was Dan Bailey. He's our graybeard, and Danny at the end of last year didn't even play defense for us. He centered our fourth line, and so we go into that game on Saturday night. And our kids answered the bell, and they engaged physically, and they competed hard, and of course we do have Bill in the net, and that's always nice to be able to circle the starting lineup and start out with Bill. Bill played a good game, but we came back. Our guys came back very spirited, and we found a way to beat a pretty good Niagara team on Saturday night to kind of stop the spiral a little bit. But there's no question it's a journey for us, and I'd like to see us do better to start the season. Actually, one of the things we talked about is talking to some other coaches in the offseason to see how they prepare, to see if we can get off to a better start. But in many respects, I think it's just a process for us. Ultimately, when we're good because we're good collectively. We're a good team. It's not because we're a collection of high level players and that just go out and find ways to score goals. We're good because we're good collectively, and I think it takes a while for us to become a team. And then obviously the degree of difficulty goes up when you have to deal with a massive amount of injuries, and we're being challenged in that regard again.
Oh, because of all the injuries and that's going on with your team, is this a good weekend of play, Army, just because emotions run high in this series?
I don't. Obviously, if I knew that 4 seniors, Evan Fino's out. He got suspended for a hit on Saturday, and so we're to go into Army without 4 seniors on Friday night. No, obviously I would audible and play somebody else as opposed to that. But you can't pick and choose them, and I'm sure Army has come in here, or we've gone into Army on weekends in the past when they've had issues too. That's just the nature of the game, and you're going to have to deal with it, and I like to just approach it as opposed to making a bunch of excuses like, well, we're beat up, we got a young decor, all that. I like to take a glasses half full approach and just say, hey, instead of talking about the guys that are out, look at the opportunities that we're going to have for some of our young guys, and that's what we talked about going in the Saturday game against Niagara. We didn't talk about the guys that were out. We talked about the opportunities. We told our guys, don't worry about winning and losing. Be concerned about going out and performing and your willingness to engage and get involved and taking hits to make plays, blocking shots, all the things that matter. Bob Peters, my old coach years ago, told me, you take care of the little things, the big things have a tendency to take care of themselves. And that's what happened on Saturday. We took a glasses half full approach. We went out and focused on just us and what we had and what we could control. And we played a good game. Bill was good in the net, and we found a way to win a big game. If we don't win that game, it could be very easy to go into a spiral because there's no bad teams in college hockey. I mean, you're going to have to earn it every night, and we're going to have to earn it this weekend against West Point. Yeah, we'll be a little shorthanded, but Saturday night was a pretty sweet win, and one of the reasons it was so sweet was because we had our back against the wall and we were shorthanded. Real proud of the guys.
Coach, do you consider yourself as a coach part of your role to be a motivator as well? And if so, how do you approach that?
Recruit, teach, motivate. College coaches got to be able to do 3 things. Yeah, recruit, teach, and motivate. And we do that as a staff. We try to motivate our players, but it also helps when you've got players that are getting out and getting after it. When you got those kind of guys, well, like the way we played on Saturday night, that inspired me, and that enables me to bring, to better motivate them, especially when you can play off things, off of their performance and things that they did, and like I said, it's there wasn't a whole lot to be motivated about after the Friday game, and you got to have confidence, but you have to earn your confidence, and I'm not in charge of their confidence. They are. And I think your job is to do the best you can to get them ready to play, to get them fired up and get them ready to play, but they got to give you something too. And right now my guys gave me something on Saturday night. They inspired me, and that's got me fired up for this weekend.
Yeah, you talk about that a little bit more. I mean, what's that feeling, that rejuvenation that you receive? How does that fuel you moving forward when you get fired up, as you say?
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody likes to get excited. Nobody likes to be demoralized. But you can get motivated in a lot of different ways. A spirited effort on Saturday night that maybe wouldn't have resulted in a win would have still been something. It's something. We needed to take a step. Obviously, we didn't need to take a big step to take a step forward from our performance on Friday, but we took some major steps forward. Now we're going into playing a real good, tough to play against West Point team, and can we go in there and can we make another step? Looking in the rearview mirror, we played real good at Canisius the weekend before last weekend, and I'll be honest with you, it was very disappointing to come in on Friday night and lay the egg that we did. I mean, very disappointed. And but we took another step forward. I think we have good character and good substance in our locker room. I think the guys want it. Last season is officially dead and buried. Right now on paper we're a very average team at 2-4. We've got a long ways to go before this team scares anybody. But we have potential. We like our guys. Eventually, our injured guys will be back. The guys that are in the lineup right now are getting experience, much like the guys who got experience last year. That helped us at the end of the year. I mean, it made us a resilient team. We had guys, young guys that gained experience because of the injuries during the year that ended up paying dividends in the playoffs. So, we just stay with it. We like our guys, we like our team, and this team's got a chance. We got a long ways to go, but this team will have a chance come January and February, no question.
Frank, I think this is the third year in a row that the hockey games are surrounding the football game, the same two teams. Have you seen an increase in, support, excitement about the hockey because the football is the same week?
I don't know. Our games with Army have always been big. They're always been big here. And I've pushed for that, having that common weekend thing, because I just thought it'd be kind of cool to have two hockey games surrounding the football game. And I could never get Army on the same page with me. And finally, a few years ago, Brian just said, hey, heck, let's just do it. Let's see how it goes. And it's worked out a lot better for them than it has for us on those given weekends. But regardless of that, part of this is for the fans. We're in the entertainment business too. And if this makes for a great weekend for the fans at West Point, like it did for the fans here last year, if the administrators, if the athletic directors think that this is good to have it all in the same weekend, let's do it on the same weekend. If they think it would be better to have it on separate weekends and spread it out a little bit, one of the questions would be, do the people have enough juice and energy to be able to attend, all three of the events? And the answer to that is, I bet you there's very, very few fans that went to both hockey games and the football game. So, we'll see. It's great to be around the environment with with that big football game on either campus, and the hockey games are always big. They're Air Force, Army hockey is popular at West Point. It's popular here, and don't kid yourself, it's popular nationwide. That's just one of those games where even if you're from the NCHC or you're a Big Ten school and you're going through the games that are being played, Army and Air Force is going to catch your eye. That's one of interest. You're going to want to see how that one turned out.
You could work that out with Navy, huh?
Pardon me?
Work it out with Navy?
Yeah, work it out with Navy. Yeah. They just have to figure out how to freeze water. I don't know what the problem is. Yeah.